Charlie Kirk have gotten assassinated if he were Chad? Well, probably not, and here's why.
We are reaching new levels of autism. So Clavicular is like the hottest, newest, looks maxing streamer on the internet. He's a product of r/incels. He took the black pill when he was just 2 years old, and he's gained some recognition from a recent appearance that he had on the Fresh and Fit podcast, where he broke down to one of these hoes, to one of these harlots, why they're non-desirable.
She got 3.5. Why and how can she improve?
Well, her mid face is way too long. Obviously, she's got the jowls coming in, horrible nasolabial folds, horrible total facial width to height ratio. Just really bad age indicators, but obviously at 30, that's not something really that's going to surprise me. Her upper maxilla is super recessed, horrible infraorbitals. That's why your under eyes are coming in like hell. Really recessed chin. All the facial convexities are wrong. Her radix is recessed. Moving on. Okay, well, how much time do we have on the podcast?
No. It's okay. Go, bro.
Okay, we've got an enlarged alar waist.
All right, guys, so this is who all the kids nowadays are watching. They're all following in the footsteps of Clavicular, this looks maxing agent of darkness. This guy's talking about how this woman's under eyes aren't coming in properly, and to me, this individual sounds gay, which there's nothing wrong with being gay, but this guy is obsessed about looks maxing, how to make men look the most desirable. I'm sorry, I gotta ask this question. When did it become prominent in masculine culture for men to worry about looking perfect and the pronounced anatomy of every specific infrastructure of their face and their features? And I can't believe this is who kids are looking up to nowadays, because when I was a kid, we were looking up to like John Cena and Edge, Batista, Anderson Silva, real savages, real cool motherfuckers. I mean, I even used to want to be like the cinnamon toast stick guy, the rock. I mean, that guy is more a reputable figure for men than this fake BBL bitch. And you're probably asking yourself, how is Clavicular a BBL bitch? How is he fake? Well, he's kind of like a Ken doll. Actually, scratch that. He's kind of like a Barbie doll. He's just as bad as these women that get BBLs and facial surgeries, because in his pursuit of looks maxing to the highest degree, he's trying to hit overall 99 on his looks maxing stats. This guy talks about how he's getting different surgeries and how he's bone smashing to reach the peak alpha male form. And in this clip I'm about to show you, he talks about how he's gonna go get leg lengthening surgery, and you're gonna figure out this guy's got some extreme level of body dysmorphia and inadequacy, and that's why he's acting out. He's acting like a little bitch and hiding it all under this looks maxing moniker, bro.
Why are you spending $100,000 on surgery to go from 6'2" to 6'6"?
That is more about presence. You walk into a room, people notice, right? Because people will come up to me, they'll say, "Oh, well, 6'2". That's already very tall. But in terms of percentiles, it's only 91st percentile, right? 6'6", we get to 99th. I'm someone who wants to be the best, right? And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get there. The unfortunate part about limb lengthening surgery is almost no one is going to be able to do it, because you're going to have to be out of work for 6 months to a year. You're going to be hospitalized for the first 3 weeks. You're pretty much immobile for the first 3 months. The next 3 months after that, you're really not going to be able to walk without crutches and stuff like that. So getting away from work for that long is just not possible by most people, and not to mention the outrageous prices. So it's a very treacherous process. It's very painful. You have to be under close supervision with doctors, and you really have to gauge the value. Is this something that's worth it to you? Because it's a horrible process, and there's no beating around the bush.
This kid's an absolute joke. He says when you walk into a room, if you're 6'2", you command presence, but people say, 6'7", 6'5", those are the real heights that people are looking for to recognize the 1% of man. No one's ever said that to you ever, Clavicular. You've never walked into a room and people say, yeah, you're 6'2", but you could be 6'5". This is just your own dysmorphia coming to life. You're not comfortable in your own skin. You are wearing a mask as a confident individual, but you're not. You're not confident in who you are. That's why you have to make up all this dumb shit, be black pilled to the highest extreme, and compensate for your own insecurities with surgeries. And it's pathetic. And it's even more pathetic that people actually think that this is confidence. This isn't confidence. This is lunacy. This is mental illness. And have you guys recognized the way this guy speaks? He's speaking with like an inverted lisp. And you want to know why that is? Well, in his pursuit of looks maxing to the highest degree, there are clips of him literally bashing in his own fucking jaw so he can be a Chad.
Ah, fuck, that's starting to hurt, man. Let's do a little bit more. No contraction of the face.
And I don't have a doctorate in looks maxing, but I guarantee you the way that he speaks is caused by some kind of after effect of this Frankenstein's monster jaw that he's trying to create by bashing his own fucking chin in. And what's funny is everybody on the internet acts like that the women love this kind of shit. And his whole brand is built on him live streaming on Kick, and he's kissing girls and he's picking up the hoes, bro. But the truth is, regular respectable women that don't have a mental illness just like Clavicular, they look at this guy as a walking circus act, as a fucking freak, because that's exactly what he is. But whereas normal people have a normal, grounded view of this deranged abnormality, this homunculus goes to the internet and he talks about women in the most disrespectful way. Like, I get it. I hate women. I just hate everything. But this guy, his misogyny, he clearly is not the 6'6" alpha male he presents himself as. He doesn't even study feminist literature. But seriously, I want you guys to hear about how Clavicular talks about virgins, okay? And how virgin women are the fucking fruit of society. And if you get with a woman that's had her twat entangled with another cock and ball, you're dealing with a no-go situation. You're dealing with a lost cause. So check this out right here.
I'm telling you, once a girl is not a virgin, her value is nothing.
So is a girl with 3 bodies?
Yes, the biggest.
Yeah,
one body is
the most valuable thing a woman can own is virginity.
yeah, because their brain chemistry completely alters when they have. They're never gonna forget their first body, their second body, their third body. So the more that they acquire, the worse that they get. Once a woman has one body, useless. Don't even consider that.
So you're only marrying a virgin?
Yeah.
Wow. Am I glad that Clavicular is here to school us all on the anatomy of women's bodies and their brain chemistry after they do a dick. After a woman fucks somebody, their brain totally changes. That's really great insight. I wonder if Clavicular ever graduated from a college with some kind of degree in like women's biology, right? Because he's got to be pulling this out from somewhere. Surely he didn't take this from some kind of Reddit post. You know what I'm saying? Surely not. He's not some incel parading around as this black-pilled alpha. No. This is true. If a woman sucks a cock or takes dick once, she totally changes. Her brain chemistry is literally rewired according to this fucking Harvard graduate right here. This guy is literally a fucking lunatic. There's probably holes in his brain. Yeah, this new generation is absolutely fucking cooked. They're fucking fried. Here's Clavicular that, presumably, right, has a harem of women like Superman. He gets his action in, but God forbid that a woman has ever sucked a dick or fucked a man before him. It can't happen. So he's going to find the 99% pure virgin trad wife to fucking service him. And we've seen how that went for Akash Singh. So obviously that's going to go the same way for Clavicular. But anyways, I know there are going to be a lot of comments saying that I'm a beta cuck, 5'5" manlet that needs to get shin lengthening surgery, need to bash my fucking skull in. And, to that I say you guys are completely correct, right? And in 10 years, I won't be able to walk. And that's the path we should all go down. But I did want to talk about Clavicular. This looks maxing shit is a real brain rot disease brought to reality. It is Aristotle's worst nightmare. Every philosopher, every great leader before us never could have perceived the collapse of humanity happening on a widespread scale like this. But here it is in the form of guys like Clavicular, Fresh and Fit, Andrew Tate. It's absolute deranged lunacy. These individuals belong in Arkham Asylum. But let me know what you guys think about Clavicular and this looks maxing culture in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on that bell notification. And play my music.
What we do here is go back.
Oh.